I'm Alan Galbraith, head gasket here at the Concours de Limons, and today I am at the California Automobile Museum in Sacramento, where they have all kinds of cool cars. Unfortunately, due to COVID, they are closed down. But you know what? They said you can take any of the cars you want out to an event. Since people can't come see the cars, let's take them out and show them off. So I got to choose. What do you think I chose? I could have taken a red Ferrari, or even a green Lamborghini. How about a DeLorean? Nah, that's way too common. 427 Cobra? Maybe not. Then they said, why don't you check out the Maserati? I said, hey, that sounds pretty good, but not this one. I wanted to take this one. That's right, a Chrysler TC by Maserati. That fits in with Concours de Limons and everything that we do. Let's check it out. They tossed me the keys to this fine exotic automobile. We're gonna take it for a little drive, get it home, and then go over it real close so you can see the finer points of the Chrysler TC by Maserati. So what is Chrysler TCs by Maserati like to drive? Well, it's fairly terrible. I mean, it is a shortened Daytona chassis with a Chrysler 2.2 liter turbocharged minivan engine in it with a 3-speed automatic. You know, the whole Maserati provenance doesn't really add a whole lot. All they did was design a body that looked just like a Chrysler LeBaron, built it, and then coated the interior with soft Italian leather. And it's not very sporty at all. It does have a little bit of pickup when you get on it because it's a fairly small car, and you know the engine is turbocharged, but it only puts out about 200 horsepower, so it's not particularly fast by any indication. I mean, the speedometer has a very optimistic 125 miles an hour top speed on it, and you know, the handling, driving around some twisty roads, it's about what you'd expect out of a Daytona from the same era, which they weren't particularly sporty cars. So I mean, the TC kind of fell flat on every single front. It is not a sporty car. It's not overly luxurious. It doesn't have any outstanding engine or transmission or features or styling. It was fairly expensive, and it just didn't sell well at all, particularly because you could get a LeBaron with most of the same features, minus the Italian leather on the inside and the convertible hardtop, for about half the cost. So it just did not set the world on fire in the sales department, didn't set the world on fire in the styling department, or the handling department, or the performance department. Just not great all the way around. So now that I've had a little bit of a chance to drive it, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about Chrysler's TC by Maserati, perhaps the only car to have a possessive apostrophe in its name. Chrysler made these from 1989 to 1991, and they were designed to compete with the Cadillac Elante, both abysmal failures. Chrysler put over $600 million into the development of this car, and only about 7,000 or so were made. So if you do the math, they lost over $160,000 in today's money on each one of these. A Chrysler's TC by Maserati would set you back over $70,000 in today's money. And you know what? It didn't have a whole lot of more features than you could get in the LeBaron that cost half as much. Probably the most outstanding feature to this car is all the Italian leather on the inside. It's really like riding around inside a baseball mitt. Now, the TC came with 3 different engines, 2 of which were minivan engines from Chrysler. One was made by Maserati, but it came in the 5 speeds, and they only made about 500 of those. So you paid an awful lot for a car with absolutely no outstanding features that had a minivan engine in it, cost twice as much as the competition. For what? Now that we've driven the TC and learned a little bit about it, let's take it to a Cars and Coffee event and see what the crowd there thinks about it. So we're up early this morning, and we are taking the Chrysler's TC by Maserati to Cars and Coffee. It's a nice little gathering. Hopefully everyone is masked up. We're gonna see what kind of reception this gets and kind of ask people questions, see if they know anything about the car. But before we do that, we got a little drive to get there. We gotta stop and get some breakfast, because that's the most important meal of the day. Very well. Could I get a bacon crunch wrap and a medium black coffee? Hot.
Sorry, our coffee machine is down right now.
No coffee? Good Lord, man. How do you expect people to survive? Did I say nutritious breakfast? I meant but terrible breakfast. Just like the car. So they didn't have any coffee, which is just as well, because I've discovered a fatal flaw with the Chrysler's TC by Maserati. There's no cup holders. Luxury indeed. We've made it up to El Dorado Hills, and now we're gonna go find us a parking spot. Hey, we'll go right next to the SL, since it is a direct competitor to this car. So I was able to park next to a Mercedes SL, a direct competitor to the TC, and we're asking people what they think of both cars, which one's the better car. Wait till you see what they said. What do you guys think?
Don't see many of these. Is this yours?
It's the California Auto Museum's.
Oh, okay.
Brought it up.
Yeah, LeBaron, right?
No, Chrysler TC.
TC.
By Maserati.
Right, LeBaron platform?
Daytona platform.
Oh, really?
But it looks so much like a LeBaron.
Okay.
That's, but it was twice the price.
I remember the Daytonas as well.
So you could have had this or the SL. We're on the market at the same time.
Okay.
Which would you choose?
I'm taking the SL. Probably go with the SL. Yeah. Even when this was out, and the age that I was when this was out new, I probably would have gone with the SL.
Hilarious. I worked at Blackhawk as a valet for years.
So what do you think of it?
I think it's cool. It's a Maserati though, right? That's kind of has the Chrysler design to it. So.
It's Chrysler's TC by Maserati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember these cars. I was a valet at Blackhawk Country Club. This is in Danville, years and years and years ago. And people drove these cars a lot there. So.
Well, this was its direct competitor.
Really?
Yeah, they were on the market at the same time, same niche.
See, I remember these too. Lots of people had these. Super nice cars. This is a 380? Maybe around 450.
The V8.
Yeah. These cars are fun to drive. Super fun to drive, and they've actually got a lot of power in them.
That doesn't.
That's probably a 4-cylinder, huh?
Yeah, it's a Chrysler turbo 4-cylinder minivan engine.
Yeah. Chrysler Caravan, very cool.
What do you think of her?
So, what is she? That's what
It is a Chrysler's TC by Maserati.
What? That's really cool. I know, I just had to come see what it was.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was Chrysler's idea of competing with that.
Okay.
How do you think they did?
I think they did great. It's two totally different things, both unique, but I love this. I love this. It's classic. Nice. Very good.
I think think you're the only one that loves them.
Really? It caught my eye because it was unique.
Everybody's taste is different.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. What do you think of this thing?
That's pretty sweet, dude. I like it. This thing's so cool. You never see these things, man.
There's a reason for that.
Well, yeah, that's very true. That's very true. But it's real cool to see one out there. That's so sick.
I don't think I've ever seen one of these in person.
I don't think so either. I've seen them in videos, but man, this is sick. They're way smaller than I thought they were. Yeah.
It's a shortened Daytona platform.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did not know that. That's cool. That's sick. Is this yours?
It's the California Auto Museum's, but
gotcha.
I brought it out.
That's sweet, man. That's awesome.
Parked it right next to its direct competitor in the market.
Yeah, really. I think this one might have sold a little better.
Yeah. And lasted a little better.
Yeah, that too. That is awesome, man.
All Italian leather inside.
Oh yeah.
All hand stitched for no good reason.
Yeah, really. I mean, look at that steering wheel, dude. That's like a little leather.
Those seats look so comfortable.
Yeah, isn't it?
It's like a baseball mitt, man.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. That's awesome. I'm hella glad you brought this thing out.
Oh,
That's
sure.
cool.
So we had a great time at Cars and Coffee. Lots of people got to see the car. Now we're going to take it back to the museum, and we'll grab another one for next time. Can't wait to do this again. The California Auto Museum has all kinds of really cool and really weird cars, and we're going to drive as many of them as we can. We'll see you soon.